Alright, so let's look at this video. We've got a couple percentage, I guess you could say word problems, just little statements that you got to write out and figure out what the number is, what they're asking you to find. Now, the numbers here, the problems we've got here, I've got let's see, 6 of them to work. Alright, so it's really pretty easy. All you do is you just write out what it says. Okay, remember, just the main thing, remember, is equal, of means multiplication. Okay, so it says what number is. Okay, so what number? Well, what number are they talking about? Well, we don't know. That's what they're wanting us to find. Okay, so what number? We'll let that be what? N, some number n, is, you see that? What number? There's the number n, we don't know what it is, so that's equal to 24%. So 24%, we write that as a decimal, so 0.24. Remember, to go from percentage to decimal, you see the 24% here, you pretend there's a decimal there and you move it 2 places to the left. Okay, all right, so what number is 24% of, so of means multiplication of 112. So that's going to be times 112. And so here we get n is equal to, well, that's 0.24 times 112, and that is 26.88. And this would be your answer. So see, all you're doing is just writing what it says. So pause the video and try this one. All right, so let's see if you got it right. So we got 250%, okay, 250% of 65. Okay, well, let's take the 250% and change it to a decimal. So we move it 2 places to the left. So that's going to be 2.5. And yes, you can put 2.50, but 2.50 and 2.5 is the same thing. So we've got 250% of 65, so that's times 65, is equals what number? And so the what number, that's going to be n. So we've got 2.5 times 65, and that is going to give us n is equal to 162.5. And there's your answer. All right, so let's look at this one. 28 is, okay, so 28 is 25%, so that's 0.25 of what number? Okay, of, so that's times what number? That's going to be n. Well, now in this problem, we're going to have to solve for n. So to solve for n, this is 0.25 times n, so we're going to have to, let me do that in a different color. We're going to have to divide both sides by 0.25. And so that is going to give me n is equal to, and then I have to do 28 divided by 0.25. And so that is going to give me 112. All right. All right. See if you can do the next one. Pause the video and see. All right. So let's look at this one. So 8.2% of what number? So let's see, 8.2%. So I got to move the decimal what? 2 places to the left to get it, to get the percentage in decimal form. So there's the 8.2%, which is 0.082 of what number? So times what number? So times n is $2.87. Okay. Alright, so once again we need to solve here, so I'm going to divide both sides by 0.082. And so that's going to give me n. See, they'll cancel out here. So n is, and that's going to be 2.87 divided by 0.082. And that gives me 35, and that would be $35 because we're in dollars. Okay, there's your answer. All right, so let's look at this one. What percent of 260? So what percent? So that's what we're trying to find, the percent. So we'll call that n, that's the number we're trying to find, or percent, it doesn't matter. And look, this variable here, you can let it be x, p, n, s, it doesn't matter. You just got to pick a variable to use. Okay, so what percent? That's what they're wanting us to find. So that's our variable n of 260. So times 260 is 78. Okay, so let's just write this 260n equals 78. That's normally how you see it, with the coefficient written in front of the variable. And now all we have to do is we got to solve this for n. So I'm going to divide both sides by 260. And so that's going to give me n is equal to, all right, so let's see, I got to do 78 divided by 260. And that comes out to 0.3, and they want a percent. Okay, this is a percent written as a decimal, but let's write this as a percentage instead of a decimal, since they're wanting the percent. So n is equal to, well, if I take the 0.3 to go from decimal form to percent, I've got to move it what, 2 places to the right, and so that's going to be 30%. And so there's n. All right, so let's pause the video and see if you can work the last one. All right, now let's see if you got it right. All right, so we've got 840 is what percent? There you go, that's what you're looking for. So that's your n, is what percent of, so that means times 480. And then once again, let's just write this, 840 equals 480 n. We'll write the coefficient before the variable. And then to solve this, I need to divide both sides by 480. And so that is going to give me n is equal to, and then I'll do 840 divided by 480, and that gives me 1.75. Okay, well, they're wanting it as a percent, so let's come over here, 1.75, write that as a percent. So to remember, to do that, we move the decimal 2 places to the right. So this is going to give me n is equal to 175%. And there's your answer. So I hope the video helped. Check out my other videos. Give me a like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.